Can we all just agree that the last thing we want is another text from a politician asking for money? And it's the same text every time. It doesn't matter if we're a previous supporter. It doesn't matter if we've never heard from them before. It doesn't matter if we're not in their district. It's the same message every time. Please send me money so I can beat the big bad wolf. I think what politicians don't get, I'm not sure why this is that nobody is really interested in them. They're really not. What we're interested in is our own lives, what matters to us, how the politician is going to fulfill that. But instead of talking to voters about what voters are interested in, politicians talk about themselves and why they want to get elected, why they need to get elected, how horrible their opponent is. Who cares? All right. This is like a food fight in grade school. Sure, your opponent is a horrible human being and they need to go away. But that's not what people care about. The very most important thing to everyone is survival, and not just physical survival, survival on all five of the Maslow hierarchy of need levels, right? Basic, security, socialization, self-actualization, all that sort of stuff. That's what's important to people, surviving on those levels. And that's what you need to talk to people about if you want them to vote for you, not about your policies. Talk to me about my need for minimum wage. Talk to me about my worries about the future. Talk to me about security. Talk to me about socialization. Talk to me about self-actualization and how we're going to achieve that as a society. Talk to me about those things, not why I should vote for you. And I think you'll find the outcome is that you get a pretty loyal follower who believes that you understand what your voters want. And once you've talked to your voters about that and you get some response, then get your IT people on this. Segment your voters or your potential voters. You have people who are donated. If people are donating, then all you need to do is make sure that they get to the polls and aren't confused. If people are not donating, you want to encourage some sort of micro commitment to join the team. And that's not necessarily just money. That's input. People have resources. They have time, talent, and treasure. If you get them to donate time to you, as in responding to a survey, letting you know what they think, reaching out and calling your office, that micro commitment brings them onto your team. All right. They could design things for you. We'll get to more of that in another video. But for now, think about segmenting your voters, right? I get all sorts of campaign texts because I've lived all over. I get a lot from some of the politicians in California who should know that I don't live in California anymore if their CRM is on point. They should be talking to me about why California is important to me as someone who lives in Tennessee. They should be talking to me as somebody who's donated to their campaigns before. They should be talking to me about those issues and what's important to me, not, can you chip in $3 before our deadline so that we meet our deadline? I don't care about your deadlines. What difference does it make to me? I care about my own life and how this is going to impact my life. So talk to me about that. This is not a hard shift to make for people that you're reaching out to who are thoroughly in the other camp, right? You're going to have to talk to them about issues. And there's going to be a certain segment of voters who are simply not going to respond at all to your message. Write them off. Have a small presence there. You're not going to persuade some of them to leave that camp that they are in, because that camp has taught to them about their lives and who they are. The most powerful advertisement I've seen in recent years has been the one with one of the politicians sitting in a chair. It's in black and white. He's looking out at the crowd and he says, They're not after me. They're after you. I'm just in the way. Man, the cortisol, the need to do something, that is an excellent ad. No matter what you think about the person behind it, that is an excellent ad. You need to do that to the people who are undecided, not in those threatening terms, but reach out to them. Show them why this matters to them on one of those 5 Maslowian levels. Talk to them about that. Start a dialogue, and you're not going to talk to them the way that you're going to talk to somebody who's already donated to your campaign. Segment your voters. Segment them by class, color, creed, whatever, gender. You're not going to talk to everybody the same way. It's the same message, but you need to be sensitive to those nuances in presentation. So there you go. That's my 2 cents on voters and why I'm sick of getting fundraising texts.